Eamon, everyone is talking about the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's speech in Davos. He pulled the mask off and said middle powers can no longer rely on America to be a benign shepherd of a rules-based order. It seems to me that Carney's speech indicates that European states will have to treat America as Middle Eastern states, particularly in the Gulf, have long treated America, as vital for security, as an important economic partner, but also as someone with its own national interests that may at times need to be forcefully and diplomatically countered when those interests clash with the interests of the region as a whole. Do you think that is valid?
Well, actually, I do sympathize with Mark Carney's speech in Davos. It was amazing, like in a sense that he was trying to defend the old, established world order in a sense. But if you ask Mark Carney and if you start layering, and peeling the layers of the speech, you ask him, what do you want exactly? I mean, at the end of the day, this is the first time ever that someone admitted that the Arabs of the Middle East, especially the GCC, were ahead of the Europeans in figuring out how to deal with the United States. That the United States is not anymore the policeman of the world, because that costs the United States significant amount of dear money and resource, which the US, with $38 trillion of debt, cannot afford anymore. And this is why America First is not a selfish, jingoistic, nationalistic cry. It is actually economic cry, above everything else. The US cannot afford financially anymore to be the policeman of the world. That's why it's trying to get its allies, whether it's the GCC, Europe, Canada, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, to actually pull their weight financially and arm themselves so they can establish a shared alliance that is not so much skewed, heavily towards the US fitting the bill anymore.